A webinar participant asked, do the discovery habits apply to API teams? The short answer is yes. If you're working on an API team or an internal team, you absolutely can work the discovery habits. You're probably being tasked with an outcome. It might be around API usage. It might be around API adoption. It might be growing the number of people who are using the API. If there's a paid service associated with the API, you might have a business outcome of increasing revenue or increasing integrations. There's a million things we can be looking at from an outcome standpoint. So now let's look at our two key habits, interviewing and assumption testing. With interviewing, what I really love to see API teams do or internal platforms teams do is to actually pair program with your customers. So if you're an API team, whether your customers are internal, your internal product teams are using your API, or external, your actual outside of the building customers are using your API. Instead of interviewing them, you can actually sit with them and watch as they code and use your API. Here's the thing. If the person asking this question is a developer, if you're working on an API team or a platform team, every engineer has had the experience where they're using a new API, they're using a new SDK, and the documentation isn't very good. The endpoints don't make a lot of sense. You need something that doesn't seem to exist. It's hard to get up to speed with a new API or a new SDK. If you're working on one of these teams, you want to learn about those things. And one of the best ways to do that is to sit down with your customers and watch them code. You'll learn a ton. Now, one of the challenges can be, where do we recruit our customers for this pair programming exercise? Your documentation, your GitHub repository, there's lots of your README file. There's lots of places where you can put in an option to let your customers opt in. And one thing you can do, especially if you're trying to connect with first-time customers, is in that README file in your documentation, add an email address that says, do you want help getting up to speed with our API? We would love to give you a free hour consultation or a free 30-minute consultation, and let your customers email you and opt in. You'll learn a ton. As far as assumption testing, we can actually use our documentation as well. We can stub out endpoints. We can stub out new function calls if we're working with the SDK, and prototype. Again, sit down with those same customers, talk through real use cases of how they're trying to use your API or your platform, and see how your proposed changes would help them. So the habits are exactly the same. We're still interviewing to learn about our customer's context. We're still collecting specific stories about what they're actually trying to do. We're still testing our assumptions. The habits are the same. The tactics change a little bit. If you want to learn more about this, if you want me to do a deeper dive on this topic in a more detailed blog post, leave me a comment below, and I'll be happy to dive more into this topic.